And we are finally back with a brand new tournament, Executor. This is the playoffs day one. I am live VIP, and with me, for the first time in a long time, I have El Padrino himself. Welcome, Darky.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Darky. Hello, mate. How have you been? It's been a while since we've casted together.
Yeah, it's been like, I mean, not so long. It has been, what, 2 weeks maybe?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Only 2 weeks. I know you miss me, but come on, like, take it easy. Hold up.
I'll try and contain myself here. But yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to cast together. Of course, the events have still been going on, like Battle of the Americas and Sentimiento Latino. But this is a very interesting new tournament that started up.
Yes, I mean, you say new, but in reality, Brazil has always done things like this, like every now and again. So it's not rare that you see a Brazilian only tournament, and this time it is Executor.
Yeah. Something that's like, hopefully they stick with like one brand because as you say, like every now and then they just come out with a new one and another new one. Last year it was Gladiadores, and then now they have, I thought they would just continue that, but
no, I mean, that's because those are different, like, organizers, you know?
Yeah.
Gladiadores is, I believe, the Amantes guys.
Yes.
This one, Executor, is because the sponsor, which shout out to Paulo Canedo, wanted that name. So ergo we have Executor, but in previous years we have tournaments with different names because different people organize or pay them.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know if you know that a couple of years ago we had Copa Brazil.
Oh.
Which was sponsored by Kelazhur himself. And it had 3 seasons, and it was pretty good, and you know. But yeah, like today we have Executor, the playoffs day 1.
Yes. I know there were a couple of people asking about it. I know like RJ Skater and Fernando, even for sure, they were even just tuning into the Portuguese stream just because it's like, yo, like, are you guys gonna cover it? We didn't cover the group stage. We've been quite busy over these past couple of weeks, but we are here for the playoffs, and I'm excited, mate. I'm excited for a lot of reasons. A lot of, like, we have, of course, our star player here, but on top of that, someone who didn't show up for the DreamHack qualifiers is here, Turkey Dano.
Yes, Turkey Dano is back, and he apparently has come back with Force-Mate. He went first in his group. I believe he bested Shakti in the group stage. So yeah, he's not looking bad.
Yeah. Like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, mate, why didn't you show up for the dream? Like, well, come on, mate. Like,
did you ask him actually? Did you?
I'm going to. Oh god. Once we get to that series, we'll interrogate him because he should have been there. Part of me says that he should have been there. The other part is happy that he wasn't because he would have taken down a lot of big names. But like, he's such a good player. He would have killed
Paco Mike again.
Yeah. He would have. Oh god. But yeah, very impressive that he took down Shakti. It's gonna be difficult to like advance further here in this group. I say this every time, but maybe I shouldn't. You know, everyone knows how Turkey Dano plays, so it should be hard for him to like sneak wins out on these guys, but like, he does it anyway. It's crazy.
Yes, he does, and we'll see. We will see. I believe he's the last match of the day, isn't it? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to show up, and his opponent, which I believe is a Cellular. What's he's going to do to counter it? Is he prepared at all? Because we've seen players who are like really prepared versus Turkey Dano, and they just demolish him. You know, yeah. But then we see players that they have no idea what to do, and they got totally destroyed. Like, I'm seeing flashes of Paco Mike last year. Remember Paco Mike versus Turkey Dano?
Hey, that was like a 5-minute series. That was
yeah.
Just think, I will always remember Eternal Empire. The cannons go up, and Paco Mike just taps out, mate. Like, it was. Uh,
It was hilarious. That was the data that I learned that Paco Mike does not know how to play cheese in PvP.
he doesn't. I've seen time and time again. He's just died to cheese and PvP, mate. But on top of that, like TvZ as well. You know, we've seen Turkey Dano take down players like Eggs. We've seen Jim Rising shut him down hard. But that was what, almost a year ago now. Like I say, almost a year, like maybe 7-8 months. I imagine on these new maps, Turkey Dano, like he's the kind of player who just cannon rushes on everything. He has like the perfect kind of cannon rush on every single map. So yeah, I can't wait to get into that, just because it's possible that he can win that, which would be crazy because the Zerglord has been on fire recently.
Yes, he has. It. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what we have in store. Like, should we talk about our first match actually? Because I'm
Yeah.
kind of curious to talk about the first match. Because mate, in the first match we have who I believe is the underdog of the tournament.
Yeah.
Like okay, is one the underdog of these players, but two the player that has surprised me the most, which is ManoManolo.
Yeah. Like personally, I'm not too familiar with him. Has he played in stuff like Sentimiento Latino and Battle of the Americas before?
He has every now and again. He has done okay. Like he's a really good like master level player. You know, not the level of the Zerglord of Eri, but he has been doing good. But it was very impressed because his group was actually pretty tough. It was Eric, himself, Yanshi, and Sinyo. And ManoManolo lost to Eric but beat Yanshi and Sinyo, and that's not easy feat, mates.
Yeah. Like, unfortunately, I didn't get to watch the series, but it's pretty impressive that he was able to make it out of that group. Obviously, Yanji, he's a player who was doing very well last year and then took a long break, and I await his return. I don't think he's back at his 100% yet, but we'll see when he gets there. Regardless, ManoManolo, as you said, he's like the most unknown out of all the qualified players. Everyone else here we see all the time, like Eric and Shakti and Terran. ManoManolo, he stands out here. But you know what? He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, he's got nothing to lose because, mate, what a first round opponent. He got Kelazhur.
Yeah, Kelazhur, for the longest time, he has been the best player in all of Brazil. He is one of the favorites to win this entire tournament. So feels bad, man. I mean, it makes sense seeding wise, right? Like Kelazhur, the best, ManoManolo kind of like the lowest seed here, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but luckily, you know, it is a double elimination bracket.
Yes, ManoManolo will have plenty of chances later on to advance to the lower bracket, and we'll see how Kelazhur goes. I mean, look, Kelazhur is no longer number one in Brazil, mate.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't, but you know what? You're right. Kelazhur, number 2, arguably number 3, Kappa. Yeah, like that's what I'm curious about, because I was talking about a similar thing with Yoda Slim last year when Cham was able to take a series of a special, and it's one of those things where on a good day these guys can make it happen and can kind of like change or shift the molds, right? Where Kelazhur is meant to be the best here, but like Eric, can he consistently beat Kelazhur, or is it like an every now and then sort of thing? Like we're not going to see it today, but I can't wait to see them have a rematch.
Yes, it's probably going to happen in this event. So yeah, this is the tournament where let's see if Kelazhur takes back the title of the best player in Brazil, or if Eric can consolidate and become the current number 1.
Exactly. That's really what this is about when they play against each other here. Hopefully they do. We'll see. It's possible that something crazy will happen. We've seen Eric struggle a little bit recently against like the Zerglord and TvZ and stuff like that. But at the same time, these are best of 5s, like, so it is going to be difficult for an upset to happen.
Yes, it will, but you know, every one of these 8 players left, they're They are excellent players. They are literally the best of Brazil. So anything can happen. Like anything can happen. I wouldn't count any one of these players out.
Yeah. Personally, I'm I'm cheering for the Zerglord. Like, worst case scenario for me as an owner is, or as a team owner, Eric versus Turkey Dano. That my heart can't handle that. my heart could not handle that, mate. Oh god.
It's okay, lad. It's okay. We'll remember you. We'll have you in our memories.
Oh no. But before we get into this, shout out, thank you so much, Some Drunk Canadian, for subscribing 2 months in a row. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good tournament last night. The Some Drunk Canadian Cup, they did run last night. So yeah, I hope you had a good time, and thanks for supporting the channel. Quack
indeed.
Oh god. Another but another one of these matchups that we haven't really touched on is Terran versus Shakti.
Mate, I think this is, I'll be honest, I think this is the most exciting matchup in the day, in today's matchups. Because it's the one that I believe is the closest. So I think that's the one that we're going to go to the ace match. That was going to be so fun to cast. It's always a fun TVP.
Yeah, exactly. Like Terran, he's been on fire recently. Like Kelazhur took him under his wing and has been, like, you know, teaching him his ways and kind of like leading him. And it shows Terran has been improving like so much this year. It's been insane to see him kind of like skyrocket ahead.
Yeah, especially since he took like quite a long break and only came back like what, 2 months ago, maybe. So yeah, Terran has always been good, but mate, these guys looking really good right now.
Oh yeah, it's it's terrifying, mates. Oh god. So I'm looking forward to it as well. Shakti can have a really unique style in PvT. You know, we could see that old nanomech style come out from him.
I wanna see it. It's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
There's nothing like seeing 7 immortals in the current build, you know.
Oh god. yeah, we'll see if we get that. Hopefully we do. At the same time, like Terran, he's been on fire recently. It would be really exciting to see Terran go up against his mentor, right, in a TvT later on. At the same time, Shakti, if he can prove himself against Terran, he can also be a bit of a threat to someone like Kelazhur.
You just noticed, right? I'm looking at, I'm hearing your keyboard. You just noticed, right?
What? What did I notice? Oh, hold on. Manolo, not Manalo. Okay. It's fine.
Light VIP people, Funara Light VIP.
Oh god, I'm pretty sure the first time I typed his name, I typed ManoManolo.
Mate, come on. Portuguese is not that hard, man.
Oh god, it's fine. It's fixed. It's fixed on stream. Oh god. And the other one, the final series, not the final series of the day, but I guess the one to talk about is, of course, Eric versus Master. And I feel like that will be one of the more one-sided series. I don't like. Master's good, but against Eric,
Master's good, but he's not Eric, you know. I believe we saw Eric versus Master recently. I believe in either Battle of the Americas or Sentimental Latino last week, and Eric crushed him. I believe it was a 2-0, like pretty decisive. So I mean, these players have having time to prepare more than a week. So who knows what Masters can come up with?
Yeah. I hope that they have something special in store. Like, again, when it comes to Brazilian tournaments, like, this is the thing that everyone has been focusing on and practicing for. So I hope that all of these players come well prepared, not just someone like Master, but also ManoManolo. Does that mean anything, by the way? Does that mean anything in Portuguese?
I mean, in Spanish we have something similar. So, and when I mean similar, I mean the same. There's also ManoManolo in Spanish, but I don't remember exactly what it is. It's not a nickname per se. It is more like a, what's the word? Because mano is hands,
Yeah.
So actually, I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure what it exactly means. But it as someone who speaks Spanish, it's not exactly like a foreign word.
Yeah. I just googled Manolo and it's like a shoe. So
What?
I don't know what it could mean. But I guess it kind of makes sense if Mano is involved, just because of how important your hands are in StarCraft. So maybe it means something. We'll see. Meanwhile, it looks like they are getting the lobby ready. Just to be transparent with everyone and with you as well, Darking, the very first series will be casted by replays. Everything else will be live, but the first series, because it's at a relatively bad time for Kelazhur, I believe it was done via replays.
Yes, I believe I'm currently suffering of lobby bug.
Oh. Yeah,
so I'm gonna have to relog. So give me a minute.
Yeah, I had to do the exact same thing. Just letting them know. That, yes, we are experiencing the lobby bug, and we'll get that sorted ASAP. And then we can dive into our first series. Because this is going to be by replays, by the way, we won't be able to follow each other's camera, so it could be a little bit awkward for this first series, but we'll try our best to keep up with each other.
Yes, in case anything goes wrong, like DP on the chat, please.
Oh god.
Okay. I'm back. Can you invite me?
Oh. / I'll see if this helps a little bit. I'll send you the lobby link so you can dive in through there.
Let's see. Entrando en sala de espera.
Also, massive shout out to the Zerg troll, not the Zerg Lord, because I always say the Zerg Lord whenever I introduce him. Thank you so much for subscribing for 3 months in a row, or 3 months gifted sub by Lord Loken. Thank you so much. Appreciate you dropping by.
Asks if I speak Portuguese, and the answer is no, I do not. I do not speak Portuguese, but it is very similar to Spanish, so I can kinda understand it.
Yeah.
Like 50-50 in speaking, and in text is actually very similar.
Yeah. It's kind of like a little bit like Italian as well, where like you can piece things together, and you can like kind of come to a conclusion as to what the sentence actually means. You may not know like the exact translation, but yeah, you can make some educated guesses. It's close enough.
It's close enough. It is.
Yeah, we can get by. But we are getting ready for our first series. Oh boy.
Yes, I assume that you are just waiting for me.
Yes.
Funara Blizzard for never fixing that lobby bug.
Yeah, it's something that's been here for a long time. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Okay, try it one more time.
Okay, one more time. This time I'll send you a direct invite, and we'll see if that works. Huh. Hey. Beautiful. Boy, okay, we've all made it in here. as we were saying, we didn't really get to talk much about it, but massive shout out to Cosmos for running this event. He isn't sponsoring, but he is running the entire thing. And also massive shout out to Paulo Ganedo. Do you recognize that person, by the way? I don't know if he's...
I do not. Before Cosmos told me that he was sponsoring, I had no idea who he was.
Oh, it looks like Paolo is actually fire batting in game. Like he's going to be casting. It looks like. So if you want to listen to the sponsor of this tournament, he may be over on Cosmos' channel, co-casting with him.
Yes, as far as I know, he's a long fan of Cosmos, so he's a regular viewer.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I know, like a couple months ago, he went to Cosmos and he was like, "I want to sponsor a tournament. Can you do it?" And Cosmos was like, "Sure." And Executor was born.
Yeah, nice, and it's really cool. It's really cool that like they made this happen together. Hopefully, it's not the last one. Again, there are plenty of Brazilian tournaments like this, like the Amanthus ones as well, but it's really cool to see them bring everyone together here. And of course, we want to be a part of it because we have our Duckling here as well.
Yep, it is a lot easier to join when you have something on the line, right, Light?
Yes. Much easier. So also, exclamation mark, I do this every time, exclamation mark Funara Enki and the Spanish casters, because you know what, there's no Spanish stream for this. Shaking my head, they should be here.
I mean, to be honest, the starting times for most people in Spanish-speaking countries is a little iffy. It's like 5 p.m. at the moment. Mm-hmm. Many people have not yet ended work or studies at that time.
Yeah.
This is why Sentimiento Latino starts at like 7 p.m. Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also in the middle of the week as well. So if they're working, then maybe they have to wake up early in the morning as well. So like it does make sense. But still, it would be nice. It would be nice to have someone here. It's one of those things where, especially when it comes to the Spanish casters, there are just so many of them. I guess a little bit less now without Romsley. Feels bad, man. But like, there's a lot. There's Enki, there's Adrich, Demon Swamp.
Wait. What happened to Romsley?
He's not casting anymore.
Really? I was not aware.
What? What are you talking about? What? Okay, we can talk about that later. Here we go.
Sure. So welcome everyone to Oxide LE, the first map in this best of 5 series. And spawning here, the underdog in this matchup, the blue Zerg player from Brazil. It is ManoManolo.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Brazilian Terran. He is red, representing Team Liquid. It is Kelazhur. The second best in the country, Kappa.
Look, if everything goes according to plan, in about 2 or 3 weeks, we'll know for sure.
Yeah. For those wondering, we're not casting the entire tournament today. That would be insane. Again, a lot of these are best of 5s, or all of these are best of 5s, other than the finals. So we are only casting the upper bracket matches, the first 4 matches, and that is it for today. And the tournament will continue next week.
Yeah, to be honest, 4 best of 5 can go long. So who knows how long we'll be here.
Each series could last an hour, even longer, some of them as well, depending on how they turn out. So we'll see how we go here. And again, like right now, my eyes are on ManoManolo. Like, what does he have in store for us? He knows he's had a week to prepare against Kelazhur, and so far he opted at least not to cheese with an early pool or anything like that.
Which I'm guessing it is the wisest answer, because sure, a cheese may put you in an advantage if the other player is not ready, but come on, it's Kelazhur.
Yeah.
If someone knows how to handle a 12 pool, it's Kelazhur.
This is something that I have to agree with, unless you throw Turkey Dano in there. Like, that's... we have to remember, right? I can't remember what tournament it was. It was the Latin American and the Spanish tournament where Turkey Dano was like the only player to take a game off of special. Like, that's...
Oh, like... yeah. That was insane. It was with boy race and the shit batteries.
Yeah, like that's crazy, mate. Like, oh my god. So if your cheese is stinky enough, if it's refined enough, it can still work. It can still work.
But yeah, so far pretty standard for both players. You know, Kelazhur going for the Reaper expand. Meanwhile, with ManoManolo, he went for a hatch first, as we said before, and just now speed is on the way. Sterling speed is on the way, and I'm guessing he's going to take his third base right about now. He needs to make a around.
He does. I mean, Kelazhur is being as annoying as possible, and what is worrying me is that this third base is so late. It's incredibly late. Usually you get it at around the 30 supply mark, but Mano, he's been stuck on 2 bases this entire time. If he doesn't go for a 2-base all-in, then he's going to be so far behind when it comes to just the straight-up, like, macro game.
He's being very cautious at the moment of taking his base. I mean, I know the Reaper was covering one of the bases, but if I were ManoManolo, I would just take the other third.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's why be so stubborn, right? It's one of those things where, sure, the horizontal third may be a little bit easier to defend, but at the same time, like, you can't put yourself that far behind. And now Kelazhur, he is the one ramping up the pressure here with an armory.
Yes, he's gonna do one of his famous Hellbat pushes, which have killed many people just on the first try line. We'll see how ManoManolo will handle this.
Yeah, this is terrifying. So ManoManolo, he's making a wave of Lings, which is great, but he doesn't have a Roach Warren, he doesn't have a Baneling Nest either. He's just gonna have Queens and pure Lings to defend.
Here we go, mate. The attack starting. The first Queen is going to go down. The second, not yet, but the pressure is on, the armory is done, and Hellbats are...
Yeah, the Hellbats, they reveal themselves here to ManoManolo. He does have a good amount of Queens, but he doesn't have enough energy for Transfuse.
There's only Settling, no Baneling, no Roaches. There's only Queens left, mate.
Oh my god, and the Hellbats, they're pushing through all these Lings. There are only 2 Queens left, and the micro is not good enough. At the same time, there was a bit of a Ling run by across the map, but Kelazhur dealt with that as well.
The last Queen has fallen, mate. There's nothing left for ManoManolo, mate. Is he dead? Is Kelazhur going to do it just in 5 minutes?
Yeah. The answer is yes, mate, because there's nothing here. A Queen is about to pop out, a couple of Lings. You can pull the boys, I guess, but yo, these Hellbats, they just don't die, mate. Oh god. The drones.
7 drones go down, another Queen's going to go down. And GG.
GG gets called. Kelazhur takes game 1, and I mean, a lot of that did kind of come down. Part of that was the scouting, but obviously it didn't help that, like, that third base, it isn't just about the economy, it's also about the production, right? Like, having that third base out faster means more Queens, more Lings, just more of everything to help defend.
Yeah, I mean, I think the issues were twofold. One, ManoManolo didn't see it coming. He literally did not scout Kelazhur base until it was too late. And second, he didn't build neither a Baneling Nest nor a Roach Warren. If he had one of the two, I think he could have helped. But with only Sterlings and 6-8 Hellbats, it's hard, mate.
Yeah, exactly. You know, scouting information is key here in this matchup, and Kelazhur just taking full advantage of that, completely dominating game number 1. But that was just game number 1. You know, this isn't a best of 3, this is a best of 5. There's still plenty of room here for ManoManolo to find some kind of comeback, you know?
Yeah, if I were him, I think I will make an early either Roach Warren or Baneling Nest, like blindly. Just because of how Kelazhur can go like pretty aggressive, pretty fast.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, play like Eric, you know, like one of the advantages of how Eric plays this matchup out with the early Roach Warren is that he forces the Terran to respond and to respect that, and he has like some freedom to drone up behind it, you know, going for an early Roach Warren, not to necessarily all in, but to like pressure and contain your opponents, and then you can like freely expand behind that.
Well, map number 2 has been chosen. It is 2,000 atmospheres.
Ooh, and this is a map where you can be a little bit more aggressive on. Like, the problem with Oxide is that there is that ramp. There is that ramp on the natural, so it can be easier to defend, or easier for the Terran player to defend their natural base against something like roaches. But here on 2,000 atmospheres, maybe Mano can be a little bit more aggressive. Fingers crossed.
Perhaps. Yeah, you can do it, but sure. Sure, go for it. I'm not sure how much it will work versus Kelazhur, but we'll see. ManoManolo is not a bad player by any means. He can easily beat both of us at the same time.
Oh yeah. Easily, mate, easily. Oh god. Also, since Paulo is giving us a bit of a shout out, I may as well praise Kuro. Thank you so much, Kuro, for making our overlays very last minute. She made it like a couple of hours ago. She put together the Executor logos and the sponsor logos and everything. So if you like how the overlays look today, again, shout out to Kuro.
Yes, do not Funara 16 Quad Senki in the chat, please. She did a good job.
Yes. I believe there's even that you can even spend some of your channel points to thank Kuro, actually. Yeah, it's a thing.
Question: is the Kuro please available? I have not seen a Kuro please in like 2 months or something like that. Mate, since I came in, like Kuro left. What the hell, man?
Yeah, it's it's one of those things that Kuro started taking it off when she wasn't available to cast, or when it was getting too late. And sometimes
which is now forever, apparently.
She also sometimes usually forgets to put it back on when she is available. So exclamation mark for that, Kuro, in the chat. And make sure you get that back up and running so we can get Kuro in here at some point. The problem is that in Poland or in Europe right now, it's like past midnight already. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, so it's hard for Kuro to cast these NA events. It's usually pretty late. I'm not sure how her home is. How much can he shout in the middle of the night? So we'll see. Anyway, like while we have a couple of minutes, what's up with Romsley?
So I can't believe you didn't see this, but Romsley he like quit casting like months ago. like 4 months ago or something like that, like a long time ago. If you remember, that's why it was so exciting when he got on the Live Speed Up podcast. Whenever that was, again, months ago now, because he stopped casting. He used to cast on his own channel. He used to cast for Alpha X, but yeah, he stepped away. And if you remember, it was so he could start his own business, his own store, and focus on that instead.
I had no idea. What's up with Latin American casters and players and stores? Come on. This is like the 4th one.
Oh god.
But yeah, we're in game light. We're in 2,000 atmospheres, everyone. And starting here in the bottom left-hand side of the map, the blue Zerg player, currently down in 1 game, but can he take it back? This is ManoManolo.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres, LE, we have the second best player in Brazil. He's red, and he's Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Kelazhur.
You're gonna fly that all the way to the end of the tournament, right?
I'm gonna milk that for as much as possible, mate, because Eric might lose. Oh god, I won't let Kelazhur live it down, mate. I wouldn't let him live it down.
So Kuro on the chat says, I want to give a shout out to Cosmos for having a nice asset pack. Wing wing.
Yo, She means that literally, by the way. Shout out to Cosmos, because he is one of the most professional like organizers that we work with, even more so than ESL. Like Cosmos, well before the event, he's got like a graphic asset package with like the logos and the logos mod and all the graphics and everything that you need, and like a nicely laid out. It wasn't just for this, but when we did Gladiadores last year as well, he did that, and it's better than what ESL does. Let me let me just tell you that, mate.
See, mate, this is the kind of things for what I am advocating, that DreamHack Latin America should be run by a third party. You know, it should be run by Cosmos or by Lespira or Bot or something like that, because let's be honest, we can do a better job than what they do.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when it comes to ESL, like obviously it's a much bigger event, and because of that, there's a lot more moving pieces, and it can take longer to finalize things. So that's why sometimes things can be last minute. But again, massive shout out to Cosmos. He's very professional, and it's really nice. It's really nice.
So yeah, like coming back to this game, ManoManolo was finally going to take his third base really quickly comparing to last game. But mate, Kelazhur SCV was ready to block.
No, not just the SCV, but he finished the gas geyser. Oh no.
Look, he was gonna beat it anyway, so it's okay, there's no problem.
Oh no, the Reaper, does he get there in time? No, he doesn't. Thankfully, Mano does get his third base at a good time, but there were some wasted resources in that gas geyser. I mean, you're right, like if he does mine from it straight away, then he'll be okay, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, third base finally coming to the third minute, and meanwhile, the Reaper of Kelazhur has been doing a pretty good job. He has killed 3 Zerglings so far, and it has been very annoying. So ManoManolo needs to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Careful with this Reaper. Like, even one lonely Reaper, I feel that when someone like Kelazhur, or special, someone of that caliber plays, I feel like the units get a little buff compared to other players. For some reason, they can make their tiny units do wonders.
Yeah, like as we just saw, the Reaper escapes with 3 HP after killing a creep tumor. Like, bearing in mind that Kelazhur is playing with ping, by the way, because he is living in EU, playing on the NA server. So again, this isn't even an ideal scenario for him, but he's still doing this well. And now what's important is that the Reaper is still alive, and now the Hellions are diving back in. Oh.
Mate, ManoManolo has a plan. A lot of Zerglings are being built right now. So I'm not sure if those Zerglings are only for defense, or if she's gonna do something more aggressive with them. Because there's a lot of Zerglings, but he has not built a Roach Warren, he has not built a Building Nest. I feel this is only defensive Zerglings, and ooh, nice. He gets 2 of the Hellions of Kelazhur surrounded and immediately destroyed. So nice win for him. If there's something that you wanna avoid, is to have Kelazhur amass Hellions.
Exactly, especially off of last game, right, where he did go for those Hellbats. So far, ManoManolo has done a really good job. Oh, he does intercept the Banshee, but Cloak did finish just in time. Oh no, the Queen! Up!
Nice fuse. Managed to save one of the Queens. And there's spores now in all 3 bases, so this Banshee shouldn't in theory do that much damage? Question mark? He has killed 5 drones already, so this Queen has been really good, and the Hellions came as well.
Yeah, exactly. The Hellions, they are poking in, but there are still plenty of Queens to defend. Regardless, this one Banshee has paid for itself, not just with 5 drones, but also wasting some transfuses, getting a couple of links here and there, distracting the army, like, and more importantly, Kelazhur, he actually keeps this Banshee alive.
Yeah, no, I gotta say, despite the pressures that Kelazhur have been doing, ManoManolo has actually not lost very much. Like a couple of, it's bad, but it can be managed, especially as a third player. And here comes another run by for Kelazhur. How many drones can he take out?
Yeah, so far only 4, but it looks like it's going to be at the cost of every single one of these Hellions as they all get taken out here. Really nice micro by ManoManolo, able to pull back and keep the majority of his drones alive.
So yeah, not bad. Even though ManoManolo can job with this. Oh no, a queen finally falls in the main base. 2 banshees are here, walking at the lair of the third player. They won't take it out, right? No, I don't think they will.
Nah, it's fine. It's
but
fine.
Yeah, I mean, Kelazhur has been doing a good job with macro. For a minute there, he was 11 workers ahead of his opponent.
Yeah, definitely. Thankfully, Mano, he was able to deal with those Hellions, and he isn't getting pulled apart by like the multi-pronged harassment of say Hellions and Banshees at the same time. He can focus on one of them. So yeah, he is able to in the end defend his bases. What's interesting is that he is throwing down a macro hatch in his main base, so it looks like he does want to commit to a very heavy Ling Bane composition, which I don't fault by any means, but because he's doing this, it does mean that like he can't really stop drops. You know, he doesn't have a Spire, he doesn't have a Hydroden.
Yeah, if he's going to make this many settlings, I will expect a Spire any minute now. But we'll see. Currently, ManoManolo is taking his 4 and he's going for a macro hatch in his main base, something that we rarely see at this level of play. So an interesting play for him. Here comes Kelazhur.
Yeah, Kelazhur, he's pushing deep into creep, clearing a lot of this up. The Banelings were not ready, so again, a lot of creep was cleaned up for free. Finally, they do finish, but ooh, that Baneling speed, it's really late, and it should be done by now. The Banshees, once again, they hit the 4th base.
Oh, the Banshee almost fall, but not quite. They managed to escape. Here comes again Kelazhur with the Marines.
Thankfully, the Ling Bane is here to defend. Again, Baneling speed isn't done yet, but it's about to finish up, and it looks like Mano will hold on for now. But what's important is that that small squad of Marines cleared up so much creep, and here comes the follow-up push.
Yes, now tanks are here in the fray, and mate, that's going to do a lot of difference in this next fight.
Exactly, 2 tanks here, siege up again, no creep whatsoever. There is a little bit of Ling Bane here, but honestly not that much. We would expect more, especially with that macro hatch.
Oh, nice tank shots. The Marines are still alive, tanks are repositioning.
Oh god, that they are. The Banelings, they just haven't found any connections here. These tanks dealing so much damage. The Queens are forced to fight, and is there enough here for Mano to clean this up?
I don't think so, mate. All the settlings are down and the Marines are still alive, and more come as well. There are 40 settlings are on the way, like 50 settlings. That's a lot of settlings, but I'm not sure if those settlings are enough with that many Marines.
Exactly, especially with no Banelings, right? Pure Ling is not gonna cut it here. GG gets called.
Kelazhur 2 O's ManoManolo so far, mate. I mean, I feel bad for ManoManolo. You can tell he's not a bad player, but Kelazhur, he just put in so much pressure.
Yeah, you could you could see there, especially in the defense, ManoManolo, he was missing injects. There's a reason why, like, he was banking so much, and he had all those hatcheries, but he had most of his queens defending. Like, he wasn't really able to go through his macro cycle and hold on against Kelazhur's pressure at the same time. That's why we saw 50 Lings on the way instead of 50 Lings, like, you know, slowly like coming out, you know, like wave after wave for Mano, and he just didn't have enough to hold there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but yeah, that's the way things goes usually when you play Kelazhur. So you know,
Yeah,
I have played Kelazhur before in some random tournament, and I can tell you that things usually do not go the way I want. So it was probably similar for ManoManolo. He was trying his best, but it was not enough.
Yeah. What I will say is that ManoManolo, he did look better than in game 1. That game, you know, he was able to improve over the course of this series, and we'll see if he can turn it around in the ace match. Ooh, a very interesting map here for game number 3. It's going to be on Blackburn.
Yeah, now, most Terran players usually do not like Blackburn, especially versus Zerg. I'm one of the players who actually does. So, but yeah, I'm guessing this was ManoManolo's choice of map, and if this map is open, I'm guessing that Kelazhur banned Beckett Industries probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Terran favorite to veto during map selection in TvZ.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Of course, both players only had one veto each. And what I'm concerned about, though, is that, like, you say Blackburn is kind of more favored towards Zerg. Based off what I've seen, especially in these Latin American tournaments, it's like the opposite. I've seen both Eric and Ryu fall plenty of times on this map to players like Chaos Fade and Terran, mainly when they get their production going, right? Like when they start their push and that push doesn't stop, like they don't have like much terrain to really move through, and it can be really difficult to stop.
True. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how ManoManolo does it. And welcome everyone. Welcome to Blackburn LE, the third map in the best of 5 series. Putting here, the underdog in this matchup, playing for Team Dead Zone. It is ManoManolo.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the red Terran. He's up 2-0 in this best of 5 series. Can he close it out? It's the number 2 in Brazil. It is Kelazhur. Kappa.
Shout out to Team Dead Zone. Dead Zone is like, I think, the biggest team in player number in Brazil. Mm-hmm. You know, they're like the Alpha X Latam of Brazil. You know, they have a lot of academy players, who's slowly rising the ranks, and we've seen through the years that sometimes the players get really good.
Yeah, Death Zone is not just a large team, but it's also been around for a very long time, right? Like it's very old school.
I'm willing to say it is currently the oldest clan in Brazil, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's older than like the Bad and stuff like that, right?
Yes, it is definitely older than the Bad, because I think some of the other old teams are no longer around, like Try Again. Try Again was also pretty old, but I'm not sure if they have any players left. Mm-hmm. And yeah, speaking of old, I think Kelazhur does not want this game to get old because, mate, these double repair barracks.
Oh god, yep, you're right. And what I'm concerned about is the scouting, because time and time again, Mano has been lacking a little bit when it comes to diving into the main base. He checks the wall and he sees the racks, but he didn't check the natural. He doesn't know the timing on the CC, or the lack of CC, how delayed it is in comparison.
Yeah, mate, and I'm afraid that the moment that the second and third Reaper arrive at ManoManolo's base, he's not going to have enough to defend, especially because we have seen in the 2 previous games how good Kelazhur Reapers are. Like, if one is really good, can you imagine when you have a wall of them in your base?
Yeah, exactly, and I'm sure Kelazhur wants to find out. He wants to handle those Reapers well. So far, good micro here by Mano. He was able to keep his drone alive, but the Reaper comes back in. Oh!
The Queen is finally out, so this Reaper is probably not going to do much, but mate, the second Reaper is here. And now ManoManolo is like, oh shit.
Oh shit. Thankfully, it's only 2 Reapers. Something that I thought was interesting is that Kelazhur actually started making Marines behind this, so he doesn't intend to snowball, but he's going to deal a lot of damage here. Almost takes out one of the Queens.
Yeah, the Reaper is right, but the other 2 are low health, so they have to pull back. No more damage for now. They have a few seconds until they heal up. They heal back up. Meanwhile, ManoManolo is finally taking his base.
Yes, the third is on the way, but these Reapers are still here. They're still a threat. So thankfully, they are pushed away by the Queens. And Kelazhur, he's transitioning. You know, we have a factory on the way. We have a couple of Marines at home in case there's a run by. Ooh, a very fast third CC.
Yeah, I think Kelazhur feels confident that with these 2 Reapers that he can scout and contain ManoManolo. So he's going for the first steel base.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll see if he's able to get away with this. We'll see if ManoManolo can take this moment to actually get into a longer game, because of that third CC, Kelazhur isn't going to be as aggressive, right? Like, he doesn't have that mass amount of Hellions that we've seen in Game 1 and Game 2, so maybe Mano has a better chance here to get into the mid game with a good economy.
Yeah, we'll see. Finally, the scout for ManoManolo is happening in Kelazhur base, and that for Overlord sacrifices his life. He sees the tier CC, which is pretty important, and ManoManolo knows. ManoManolo knows that he has time.
Yes, exactly. The Reapers are across the map and they're trying to be a little bit annoying, but there are plenty of queens here. They do push away Kelazhur. The Lings are trying to come back to defend as well, maybe get a bit of a wraparound. Okay, they get a Reaper.
One of the Reapers falls. Yeah, he only got 1 Reaper, the rest of the Hellions arrive. And yeah, 5 Hellions, 2 Reapers, a kind of scary force, but with enough queens and good positioning, they shouldn't do much.
Yeah, and something that's actually scary is that Kelazhur, he's like pivoting over to the more aggressive side here. He's throwing down an armory. The armory just now finishes up. He can morph in a bunch of Hellbats, and he's looking to be aggressive here.
Hellion production is still happening. There's one Liberator on the way as well. Here come the Hellbats now.
Oh god, they're pushing in once again. The bathing nest is not ready, but there are a lot of queens, and the Lings, they come around for a wraparound.
Yeah, nice around, but that was a lot of Hellbats, a lot of DPS. The Lings immediately melt. Mate, and now the queens are starting to fall.
Yeah, exactly. The queens, they don't have enough energy for transfuse. They are running out, but at the same time, there are no more Hellbats here. I say that, but oh my god, the rally across the map. The Hellions, they just join in. They just meet up with the army.
Yeah, that Medivac did a lot of work. It finally doesn't have any hold, and I think this push is finally going to be repelled. But that was a costly defense. Like, he lost 3 or 4 queens. He lost a lot of settlings. Luckily, I think he lost like only 3 drops. So nice for him. Meanwhile, the Liberator in the main base.
Yeah, this is going to deal a lot of damage. The queens are completely out of position. They have to move a long way to help deal with this Liberator. And as you said, this Kelazhur, he does a lot of damage when it came to killing those queens. That hurts the production of ManoManolo. That hurts the crease spread as well. And Kelazhur wasn't all in. He had that faster TC.
Yeah, there's he finishes. He's still not in position, so he doesn't have the tier base ready. As you say, he's Kelazhur again, who's been on the offensive, and he has lost nothing. And you can tell by the working count. 52 currently 52 for Kelazhur, 41 for ManoManolo.
Exactly. Mano, he is trying to catch up here, and he does have a 4th hatchery on the way at the gold base, and I love that. Something that I'm a little bit concerned about, though, is that ManoManolo, once again, he wants to go for that mass Ling Bane style with that 4th hatchery. To do this, you do need a very good economy, though, and you also need to be on top of your injects. We'll see if he has enough time to really get his production up and running. Again, it's this style that, like, it does kind of forego like the mutas and stuff like that we saw earlier, or that we didn't see earlier. So we'll see if he can get into this.
We'll see. Light. Both players are currently just macroing up. They don't wanna sorry, rush the combat at the moment. And yeah, the important thing, the gold base for ManoManolo is done, and he's transferring a lot of workers.
Yeah, I love it.
Extra resources are going to be put to good use.
That's the question. I mean, it'll definitely help a lot here just because of the low drone count that ManoManolo has been on for so long. At the same time, a Liberator does come in to harass a little bit, but the queens are very fast to respond. Mano should defend both his
bases. The queen falls.
Oh no.
And the Liberator survived. Oh god. A second Liberator is pummeling the natural base. Meanwhile, oh, nice transfuse managed to save the queen, and the Liberator goes down. But yeah, mate, the first one is still doing work. 4 dead so far.
It should go down eventually, but again, a lot of damage was done, and there we go. We see the push coming across the map for Kelazhur. Stim is done. 1-1 is done as well. Combat Shields is about to finish up as the push comes across the map. The Bailings!
Ooh, nice one for the Bailings. Finally, a little win for ManoManolo, but there's still a lot of Marines here.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, the Hellions were a little busy roasting the drones in the gold base, so no more drones in the gold base at the moment. And let's see that if the Bailings can finish. I don't think the Bailings will finish in time.
That's the thing that I'm worried about right now is the Bailings. They aren't going to finish. It looks like a couple of them will. Oh my god, the connections!
The connections were really good. A little bit expensive because he had a lot of Bailings while being morphed, but yeah, nice Bailing shot, and this push is delayed a lot. Now Kelazhur going for a drop.
Exactly, and what I'm concerned about is as soon as that push ended, Mano needed to morph in Bailings. He has 0 Bailings. Finally, he morphs them in, but we see that Kelazhur, he's going straight into the main base, and only Lings are here to defend.
Yeah, the script in the natural, so in the main base, so he has vision. The Marines are starting to attack.
Yeah, exactly, and they're going to deal a lot of damage, a lot of lost mining time. 6 drones already go down. Finally, the Bailings do come in, and it looks like they will push this away, but I believe Mano sent his entire army here, and now his gold base is exposed.
Yeah, Kelazhur is taking good care of doing 2-prong harassment, and ManoManolo is not able to keep up. He does not have enough army to split it between the two, and I like this mate. He's trying to do a Bailing run by in Kelazhur's base.
He's trying to get into the natural, but there are reinforcements here. Can the Bailings find those connections? Up! And you know what? The connections... Yeah?
They trade okay with the army, but he didn't do the economic damage that he wanted.
Exactly, and things have gone from bad to worse here. The gold base, it looks like the hatchery will go down. ManoManolo, he was struggling to deal with the drop in his main base. He did deal with the drop, but again, at the cost of his 4th base.
Yeah, mate. ManoManolo knows he cannot keep it, so he just gave it up. He's building his 4th base here forward. And mate, I think it's starting to go bad for worse to ManoManolo. Look at the supply: 163 for Kelazhur, 105 for ManoManolo.
Yeah, Kelazhur, he's starting to snowball. He's starting to just pull ManoManolo apart. We have a drop here at the 3rd base, and it looks like Mano is in position to deal with this, so this shouldn't deal too much damage, but at the same time, Kelazhur, his main army is pushing through the center of the map. Oh my god, there are Bailings here though.
The Bailing connections are really good, but there was too much army. It does not matter, there's still a lot of army left for Kelazhur.
Oh my god, but the follow-up Bailings actually find juicy connections as well. I feel like Mano, he's like trading as best he can, but he just doesn't have enough army.
Yeah, the trades are really good. He's cost efficiently wide is really good. The problem is just Kelazhur has so much more.
Yeah. Oh god, it's a numbers game at this point, and oh my god, the Queens, they're stuck behind the Bailings. They can't help but fight. And here comes the army of Kelazhur. The Bailings, they might finish up in time, but is it going to be enough?
Nice Bailing connections. I think it is enough to dwarf this wave for now, but a lot more is coming for Kelazhur. And GG at the end, because ManoManolo didn't have any extra supply left, only 35 at the end of this matchup, and GG, mate. Kelazhur takes the series 3-0.
GG. Well played, Kelazhur. And also well played, ManoManolo. Like, again, like, his fights were honestly pretty good, especially towards the end. Like, those Bailings, they found juicy connections, but he was losing hatcheries, he was losing drones, he just couldn't produce enough to keep up with Kelazhur.
Yeah, Kelazhur's macro was just too good.
Yeah, exactly. And with that, Kelazhur does move on in this bracket, and to be fair, it is what we expected. Like, he is one of the best here in this country, in this region, going up against the up-and-comer ManoManolo. But I hope he isn't feeling too deterred, because he's still in this tournament. You know, there is that lower bracket.
Yeah, there's a lower bracket. We'll probably see him, I believe, Sunday. The next day he should play. So yeah, he has a couple of days ahead of him to prepare. And yeah, good job, Kelazhur. He advances to the the second round in the upper bracket, and we'll see. We'll see, because now we are going to jump into the next matchup light, which is going to be, I believe, Terran versus Shakti. Yes.
Yeah, boy, Terran versus Shakti. This is a juicy matchup that we've been waiting for, mate.